Game number 745, Dry Drowning by Dazel. Gonna check it out. It's at dazel.h.io. Let's check it out. It's a visual novel that's very dramatic from what I can see. Even the title itself is pretty dramatic. It's an investigative thriller-oriented visual novel. Loading it up now. Hi Skywolf, how are you today? Yeah, I'm pretty good. Today's a better than yesterday.
As an old
Oh
saying
my god.
has it, if a man is destined to drown, he will drown even in a spoonful of water.
My god.
And in the end, the tragedy of our entire existence comes down to a slow drowning into inevitability. And when our lungs are full, we always depart in the same way, with a broken dream and an empty spoon.
Oh my god.
Empty, just like our souls.
Oh my god.
My name is Mordred Foley, and what I'm about to tell is one of those stories that will keep you awake.
Damn, okay, this reminds me of Max Payne. This is like, the writing is so much like Max Payne. I mean, I've heard other noir, not like this level of intensity is very Max Payne like.
Yeah, but it's horror.
Is it horror? It could be horror. Yeah. Oh, I love the interface. This is fantastic. Oh my god. Oh, the piano. This is fantastic. Okay, I'm really into it already. Okay, this music is so good. Okay, I love this. I'm just I'm so impressed. The graphics is so beautiful. And the little bit of movements, that I love that. That's very reminiscent of like motion comics and things like that. I'd love to create some motion comics. Yeah, today I'm doing a lot better than yesterday. There's we went out, we got some errands done. I returned did some closure work with certain things in my life. So that's been good. So overall, pretty good today. I'm ready to really enjoy this, more of this art. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's start this fantastic thing. Come on, be honest. What are you really afraid of? Loneliness? Or maybe death? No. What you truly fear is being forgotten. Living the mediocre life of a loser. How would I know? Well, that's because you and I are more similar than you'd like to admit. And that's why I know exactly how to make you suffer. Thanks to me, you will learn that every happy ending is a lie. City of Nova Olmos. Olemos? On a rainy winter night. Oh my god, this art style is amazing. Oh my god. I'm just so impressed with this. Well, thank you for the hydrate. I just got some tea. The sound of rain in this scene, it's just so... Oh, wow, soothing. So, Mordred is the name of the character. 2 years. It's been 2 damn years. Can't quite believe I'll be able to go back to live a normal life. It could be such a nice day if it wasn't for this stupid rain. Hera's already home. Foley investigations. Better not disturb her, she hates being interrupted while she's playing. I'll just smoke a cigarette and tell her the good news as soon as she's done. Damn it, I'm fresh out, but I should have a pack somewhere in my office. To explore the current location, select Investigate from the Aqua OS menu on the upper left corner. Ooh, what? What? Oh, this is fantastic. It's more like a point and click than a visual novel. Reminds me of AI Somnium files, but more detailed, I think. In terms of... possibly in terms of inventory? Let me see. Wow, okay. There's a lot here. There's a lot of scope for inventory here. What's this? Are those saves or something else? They look like saves. Oh wow. That's detailed. That's awesome. I don't know if I'll read everything, but... innocence is just a matter of perspective. Psychological profile. Mordred Foley describes himself as a selfish man, completely dedicated to his job. His social life is basically non-existent, and he intends to manipulate people around him. Mordred was born in a middle-class family, which he left at 18 to enroll in the chemistry faculty of the university. Due to his bad results, though, he quit after 3 years and started working as a police officer until the age of 35, when he funded his own agency, Foley Investigations. The agency fell under the spotlight when he sent 2 of the most dangerous serial killers ever, Jennifer Kingston and Robert Harrington, to the electric chair. However, after their execution, he underwent an investigation for falsifying the evidence presented during the case, which completely destroyed his reputation. On the 24th of February 2066, he was acquitted of all charges due to the lack of evidence, although the media and the relatives of the victims are still convinced of his guilt. The case is still considered open. Wow. Hera Kyrus. I'd rather burn into the flames of regret than live a mediocre life. Huh. Interesting. I think these two are very compatible with each other. Psychological profile. Sweet, kind, and somewhat insecure, Hera has undergone a lot of psychological changes following the traumas caused by the Jennifer Kingston and Robert Harrington case. Oh, interesting. Unlike her colleague Mordred Foley, Hera is extremely empathetic and vulnerable, and tends to be easily deceived despite her remarkable intelligence. She immigrated from Greece, her native country, to Nova Polimas at the age of 5, right before the closing of the borders, which caused the death of thousands of refugees. She started working right after her childhood in order to attend a law school, where she graduated with full marks and honors at 25. Her relationship with Mordred, romantic, professional, is completely unknown, as well as her involvement in the cases handled by Foley Investigations. Her greatest passions are classic Greek literature and playing the piano. Locations. Oof, wow. Okay. What are these? Oh, you can review the previous conversations. Summary, objective. Finally free from the yoke of justice, Hera and Mordred can go back to being detectives. However, the ghosts of the past are coming to knock at their door. Okay, this I love this. What is this thing? No inventory yet, so. Is this location thing? In 2017, the Canberry is still considered the richest and most influent family on the planet, founded Nova Polemos in a deserted area of Northern Europe. Built as a symbol of independence and conceived as an alternative for those who were wandering, after 10 years it was boasting more than 1 million people, as well as an extremely high economic and social growth rate. Today, the city is considered an actual country in the international scene, completely independent of all groups and organizations in the world. Interesting. That's kind of cool. So it's a city country, like Singapore. Singapore's like that. Select the area you want to inspect and receive information or potential evidence and clues essential for solving the case. Okay, nice. Half filing cabinet, half bookshelf. It's full of pseudo-intellectual books just to show off. I swear I never understood what this thing is for. Hera keeps saying it's essential to the harmony of the room. Hera's workstation, very neat, just as you expect from her. Hera's favorite flowers, she's kind of obsessed with them. A pile of old newspapers. Hera keeps on saying that they might come in handy. Women, go figure them. They probably will come in handy because physical records are harder to modify, in later on. With digital records, you can go back and edit them and hide the fact that you edited them. Hera's filing cabinet is neat and tidy, unlike mine. Hera had this curtain installed when she started playing her piano here in the office. She said I was making her feel uncomfortable. It's still here. Hera's piano. It took her months to convince me to move it here in the office. Hera's shadow. This exactly represents the current state of our relationship. A chair for a potential client. Sometimes I wonder why we never brought a more comfortable one. An old picture of the opening of our agency about 10 years ago. This thing is one of Hera's presents. When she gave me, she just said, "This is dog, it's so cute." Files about the case that led to all our legal problems. Technology has come a long way, but I try to use these damn things as little as possible. My trusty chair, where I've spent countless hours while pretending to work. My trusty drawer where I hide my most treasured things. So pretty. Since the United Nations approved the Anti-Tobacco Act in 2048, cigarette packets have no brand and show grotesque graphics depicting smoking consequences on health. Only those with the death wish could be attracted by them. Here they are, my babies. Examine and use the items you've collected during investigation. Select inventory from the Aquaos menu. Aquaos menu. Okay, I like the logo they created for this. Shelly says she's eating the insanely hot ramen. Shelly, this game is fantastic. Really good music, really good writing so far. Really good art style. I'm blown away right from the start. Is that you? Should seriously stop playing sad songs. Our neighbors might end up killing themselves. Mordred, if you're here, that means... Yeah, even though everyone knew I was guilty, I've been acquitted for lack of evidence. Funny how the law works, isn't it? So does that mean we're free now? Definitely free from justice, but not from the hatred of the relatives of those I've sent to the electric chair. If anything, we can go back to work starting tomorrow. That is, assuming someone is crazy enough to hire a convicted felon like me. Will we ever put an end to this? What media and victims need is just a scapegoat. You are free to leave if you want, it's me they want dead. I'm just as guilty as you are, you know it. Running away would just delay the inevitable. We're both monsters. The only difference between us is that you're out in the open. Wrong, the only real difference between us is that you're a good-looking monster. You idiot. Anyway, do whatever the hell you want, but don't say I didn't warn you. Moderate folly, the true life at of the party, as always. Just wonder how much longer we can deal with all this pressure on us. I think it's like for people who like my guess is that because the people they convicted were so good at hiding evidence that in order to catch them they had to implant evidence. And I think that's the theme of this game, is that the morality is like, yeah, the decisions don't have a clear clear morality sign, I guess. I don't know how to say it. They are shades of gray. February 26, 2066. Interesting number. I totally understand the situation, madam. Sure, I'll be waiting for you here in my office. Of course, confidentiality is the motto of our agency. What's up? You won't believe it, I think we got a new customer. She seems to be a big shot and she's coming to our office right now. Well, this is great. Quick, tell me more before she gets here. Select speak underneath the Aqua OS menu to start a conversation with the character in front of you. The panels that will appear represent all the available conversational topics. The options marked with the red label are considered important and mandatory in order to advance the story. Select a conversation topic to start the dialogue. Well, that's convenient. So you decided to stay? Been to hell and back. The last I want is to stay here, tormenting you forever. The least I want. Our next client will torment me enough. Well, speaking of that... Have you read today's newspaper? No. Is there anything interesting? I mean, besides the usual rubbish on immigration. Definitely. 4 days ago, while we were still in the courtroom, a body was found in Treasury Park. And they reported it just today? Good old censorship strikes again. At least they'll stop talking about us so that we can work in peace. Here, read the article when you have time. Nice. On the 22nd of February 2066, a tragic murder occurred in Treasury Park, whose culprit is still unknown. The diligent police force of our immortal city has already arrested a potential suspect, thanks to the remarkable work of Lieutenant Freya Goldsoul. The name of the suspect and the murder dynamics are still undisclosed. Some rumors claim that a ritual murder was committed there, murder with untold violence. Nevertheless, these rumors are considered unreliable by our police. What do you know about this new client? She's the assistant of a politician, that's all she said. A politician? Since when do we accept this kind of jobs? At this point, I'd welcome the devil himself as a client. I have a bad feeling. Should know that our business is built on bad feelings. Looks like she's already here. Welcome to Foley Investigations, ma'am. Hello, detective. Like I said on the phone, my name is Julie Ward. Success is a matter of good taste. Psychological profile. Smart and extremely ambitious, Julie Ward managed to make a career out of her charisma and physical appearance, and she never misses a chance to brag about that. Biography. She's the advisor and personal assistant of Richard Baker, one of Novopolemo's politicians. She has a murky history in the mob, but she successfully cleared her name without smearing her reputation. Interesting. And I'm Mr. Baker's personal assistant. Business card. Julie Ward's business card. Member of the Black Bands. You can feel it's from someone important from the quality and the style of it. Most members of the Black Bands are privileged snobs representing the good old days, which actually never happened. Baker, you mean that Baker? Lots of info. The Black Bands, founded after the burst of the economic bubble in 2013 and the consequent crisis. The only purpose of the party was to bring the city to its original splendor by closing borders and expelling all those immigrants that were considered useless. Their extremist and nostalgic ideas took hold of the people, who decided to vent their frustration by voting in the party en masse. Their victory marked the beginning of the most violent 3 years in the history of the city. The police slaughtered anyone who tried to cross the city borders and expelled more than 230,000 individuals considered socially invalid. For the first time in history, discrimination was not based on language, race, or culture, but merely on social value. I would say that's not the first time. That's always been the underlying. That's the very foundation of bigotry, the social value. Such a lovely place here. Burgundy floor perfectly matches the antique furniture. What's missing is a floral sofa to complete this kitsch masterpiece. Excuse me? And who may I ask are you? This is Hera. She's my assistant, kind of. Yeah, nice to meet you, Miss Ward. Oh, I see. Are you trying to ignore me or something? Detective, can we discuss your business privately, please? Privately? Why is that? What's wrong, madam? What I'm about to disclose is strictly confidential. I'd rather not have assistants around. You don't mind, of course. Oh, not at all. I'll leave right away. Have a good evening. Hera. I think you owe me an explanation for this. Alright, shall we begin? Interesting. Yeah, it could be bigotry, but it's oh, that would make sense because their political party is, yeah, like make the country great again stance, right? That would explain a lot. God, I love this art style. This is just amazing. Let me make something clear, Mr. Foley. I didn't dismiss your assistant for racist reasons, but simply to comply with the confidentiality conditions set by our party. I don't know why, but I find that hard to believe. Many members of the party would like to see people like her deported, but I'm not one of them. Listen, I'm not interested in your political games, and I don't need your hypocritical excuses either. What I want from you is money and to be sure that hair will be left out of this, that's all. I see. The case. My apologies for this, but the case we want to offer you is extremely delicate. Enough to cut hair out of this conversation? Well, when it comes to murders and politics, it's better to be safe than sorry. Are you talking about the murder in the newspaper? That's right. 4 days ago, my boss, Richard Baker, was involved in a murder case whose method was rather peculiar. Peculiar? The point is that elections are coming up, and as you might know, Mr. Baker is favored to win. This kind of business might destroy his and the whole party's image. Now I see why the papers were so vague on the matter. The black bands have a lot of enemies within our city, so we want to turn this situation to our advantage. If you manage to clear Mr. Baker's name, we'll be able to use this whole case to influence public opinion and make people understand what a thorn in the flesh he can be for his opponents. I understand, but tell me, how would the police know that Baker committed this peculiar murder? An eyewitness, also the victim, was Mr. Baker's lover, who had been blackmailing him for years. If you add all the political opponents wanting him behind bars, you'll have the complete picture. Why are you so vague about everything? Who is the victim? How did she die? I can't give you all the details yet, but I can tell you the case is more complicated than you think. There's a link between the victim, Mr. Baker, and the eyewitness. As I mentioned, Alicia, the victim, was Mr. Baker's lover, and she had been blackmailing him for a while. Whereas Abigail Sherman, the eyewitness, is his current wife's sister, Anne Sherman. Interesting. The police believe the witness followed Baker and his lover because she knew they had an affair, thus witnessing the murder in person. Needless to say, you're hiding something from me, aren't you? Again, I can't say much until I've given you all the information, as agreed with the party. Alright, the job. Let me get this straight. You want my agency to clear an extremist politician's name so that he can win the upcoming elections, by proving that he has been framed by those who want to ruin the future of your beloved city. Do you think I'm your puppet or what? I'll be honest with you, Mr. Foley. You are one of the most hated men around here, and no one will ever knock at the door of someone who caused the death of 2 innocent citizens. So why did you? Because we know your methods and we don't care if you find the real killer or not, to be honest. We just want you to focus on getting our leader cleared. Whoever will be arrested in his place is not our business. Isn't this amazing, Shelly? I am just blown away by it. I need to, like, fully play this game. Oh. Well, you have it. So, you'll be able to play it anytime. Go along with the request and you'll receive 50,000 credits and the chance to permanently clear your name. Furthermore, there's a reason I didn't want to disclose any details about the murder. Get to the point. Go investigate the crime scene. I'm sure you'll accept the case without a second thought. I won't be able to get even close to the crime scene, not after all the problems I have had with the police and the media lately. We'll handle this, don't worry. If you really want to redeem yourself in the eyes of society, this is your only chance. Have a good evening, detective. Don't tell me you're going to accept. Hera, have you been listening to us? Mordred, don't forget the black bands killed all those poor refugees. The only reason I'm still alive is that I arrived right before the shooting. I saw so many unemployed people getting beaten, along with anyone they consider of no use to their cause. I know, but that's in the past. Those who ordered the massacre are in jail now. The party took a more moderate line. A moderate line, okay. Murder in moderation, that's what they're doing now. They let natural causes do the killing for them, you know, by holding resources and stuff like that, you know. It's no surprise that this world has, that COVID has become such a widespread thing in this world. Thematically, if you consider the spiritual undertone of the world, in this world, it's okay to cause enough damage to a person so that they die for other causes. COVID is like a perfect virus that fits that description, because COVID ruins it amplifies the effects of your other health problems and other causes. So people are no longer active, so it's like, you know, you don't have to actively shoot someone. You can just starve them by holding back all the resources and kill them through poverty and other natural causes. So it's like, it's thematically fitting, all that. Interesting. Okay. The party took a more moderate line. They could even lose the next elections, you know. Besides, that woman is right. If we don't accept this job, it's over for us. I'd rather live a life of misery than working for those bastards. Let me remind you that we got innocent people killed too. We're not that different from them after all. Please, Mordred, don't accept the case. Let's keep that what little dignity we have left. I beg you. Storyline influenced by your decision. Select one of the options and be prepared to face the consequences of reactions. Remember, there are no good or bad choices. Follow your instinct and create your own story. God damn. It's one of those. Okay, we'll do maybe not. I promise I'll think about it. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Maybe you're not as hopeless as they say. Don't speak too soon. I have to see the crime scene first. Stay in touch. I'll need you. You can count on me. Well done, Mordred. You just made a promise that you know you can't keep. Are you really risking everything for so little to protect someone you don't even know? I better go now. Treasury Park. System where you'll be able to change settings. Diary, useful for reviewing the dialogues. Cool. Ah, that's the new location, I guess. According to some official surveys provided by the government, safety is considered more important than individual freedom. Funny. Eternal debate, safety and freedom. Okay, so there's a big tree here. As expected, the crime scene has already been cleaned up. The police can be really scrupulous when the reputation of our city is at stake. Sir. I'm sorry, but you have to leave. Oh, you must be Mr. Foley. Miss Ward told me you were coming. Well, that woman has planned everything. May I see your pass, please? Pass? I guess you mean... For time to time, you'll have to show evidence and objects from your inventory to unlock new dialogues, find clues and locations to investigate. Open the inventory, select the evidence you want to show, and use it to submit to your... Okay. The summary has been updated. Julie Ward, a mysterious secretary, asked Foley to investigate a murder happened in Treasury Park, promising money and fame in exchange for clearing Richard Baker's name, leader of the xenophobic party of the Black Bands. An eyewitness, Abigail, the sister of Baker's wife and close friend of the victim, is trying to frame him. The only way to find out more is to go to the crime scene. In order to have free access to the crime scene, Mordred needs to hand over a pass. What could it be? Examine just... Oh, you mean this, right? Very well, detective. You can proceed with the investigation. I'm at your disposal. Thank you, officer. Mordred Foley, you son of a dog. Huh? Look who had the guts to get out of this crappy office. What are you doing here? Come to give yourself up, have you? Or just to get beaten up? Good evening to you too, Freya. Freya Goldsoul. Oh, Goldsoul. We read about a Goldsoul just a while ago. The road to hell is filled with good intentions. Psychological profile. Freya is a walking tornado with a a litigious nature. Moved by a deep desire for justice and equity, which has gradually led her to a life made of violence and cynicism. Freya is Hedrick Goldsoul's daughter, one of the most renowned bankers of Nova Polemus, but her past is a complete mystery. She joined the police force when she was 20, thanks to her father's influence, and she managed to become lieutenant because of her merits and dedication. She arrested some of Nova Polemus' worst criminals, and she is the one who started the inquiry against Mordred Foley, whom she hates with all her heart.
Oh, she.
Look at him, Robert. Look at the only bastard I couldn't get fried up. Resentment is certainly one thing you're not lacking, unlike professionalism. Give me one good reason not to kick you out. I think solving cases that incompetents like you will never be able to work out is a good enough reason. Spare me your sarcasm, Foley. Officer, get this man out of the crime scene. What the hell do you mean he's authorized? Damn it. I don't know whose ass you've been licking, Foley. But you'd better watch yourself, cause I'll do anything to wipe that stupid smile off your face. I'll bear that in mind. Can you let me do my job now? Listen to me, you're playing with fire. This case is too much for someone like you. If you really care about your life and that of your girlfriend, leave right now. Farewell, Foley. That woman needs a vacation. Mordred, can you hear me? Loud and clear. I'm about to start investigating. Turn the camera on so I can help you with my computer while you investigate. Oh, that sounds awesome. What is this? Oh. Next generation portable device used for a wide range of purposes. Can store and project holograms and is able to make high quality audio and video calls.
Oh.
Cool. So it's like an Apple phone, but more sophisticated. I'm gonna save here. And we have a ad coming up, so I'm going to at least pause for a second and take a short break. But I will come back and continue this game because I kind of want to play a bit more. Okay, short break time. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I'm gonna continue this for a little bit longer and then we're gonna switch to the next game in a bit. I just have to find out what the scene is about and what the murder thing was, because that's probably gonna like reveal the essence of the story. Already uploaded files and holograms of the crime scene. From now on, all evidence and information you find will be automatically uploaded to your Aqua OS. Right, let me activate this thing. We're about to discover what they've rushed to clean up. Okay, let's do the investigate thing. No? Or do I have to do something in the inventory? Oh. Yeah. Oh my god. No way. He's back, Mordred. I can't. I have to. Hera, calm down. This nightmare just won't go away. It'll never end. Never, never, never. Hera, listen to me. 6 years. Only 6 years and... Please, Hera, stop. Please. Damn, what should I do? Forcing her to look at this will just make things worse. But it would take me too long without her help. I must decide now. Okay, don't hang up. Hera, I know I'm asking a lot, but I need you here. I made a promise at the office. I won't be able to keep it without your help. Do you understand that? Yeah, I understand. Do my best to help you. Just give me 5 minutes. Need to lie down for a moment? Sure thing, don't worry. I'll start the investigation. Meanwhile, you can get some rest. Huh. Okay then. Oh, hi, Fire, don't talk. Okay. An ordinary bench, nothing interesting here. Broken bench, something heavy must have crashed onto it. There's also seems to be some blood stains. Interesting. Huh. Is that an evidence? It is. This wooden bench was destroyed after the collision with something very heavy. The blood stains on one side are a few days old. Destined to be a place of rest and meditation, these benches were hastily built during the economic miracle that the city lived through. Did anyone bother to clean this bin up? What's this? Oh. Whoa, I want to see this. Oh, there's a cut on it. Interesting. A well-crafted leather glove with a big cut in the middle. There is some dried blood on the sides of the cut, suggesting a potential connection between this object and the crime scene. Leather gloves are a symbol of elegance in Nova Polemus and generally worn by people who want to enhance their image. Hmm. Yeah, it is cool. I'm just really impressed. This is supposed to be a visual novel, but it feels more like a point and click. There's a cute mushroom game. That's good. I've been wanting to play more cute mushroom games. A man's glove with a big cut right in the middle, soaked in days-old blood. Might have something to do with the case. Okay. This looks like a pyre. Judging from the complexity of this work, the killer took his time to complete it. Also, the way those flowers were arranged is definitely not random. No, it's not. Mordred, those flowers are called Daphne, and the killer put them on the scene for a reason. You know what I mean, right? Let's not jump to conclusions, let's keep investigating. Daphnes are quite common plants growing in small shrubs. Their use at the crime scene is definitely not a coincidence. Are they part of some sort of ritual? Thornless blossoming flower. Are you the favorite victim or just an ordinary petty obsession? The woman's lower half is covered in some sort of cloth, while the upper half is naked. Given all of that, it's very likely that the victim was already dead before arriving at Treasury Park. My God, poor girl. Her throat has been cut in such a cruel way. Her eyes were surgically removed and then inserted into her mouth, which was then sewn shut to avoid... Please, Mordred, stop. We need to end this. We can't allow something like this to happen again. After her death, the victim's eyes were surgically removed and placed inside her mouth, then sewn up. The woman's head covers the cut on the throat, making it look like her death was caused by the arrow. In the end, this is real life. Not even the gods can escape from the wretchedness of their... what? Of their what? Why can't I do the benches again? Just that bench. The arms are tied to the tree in a specific way, giving the illusion of some sort of macabre work of art. Same for her hair, placed with impeccable precision. The arrow is made of lead. Considering the impact angle and the weight, it's unlikely that it was fired from a bow. It was probably inserted by the murderer after he killed the victim. Why the hell would he do that? You really don't get it? A heavy arrow found in the victim's chest. Its size and weight suggests it was lodged after her death, caused by the slit in her throat. Okay. Two were the arrows fired by the god of love. Both were created to make fun of mortal desires. A woman tied to a tree with daphne flowers at her feet and a lead arrow in her chest. That can only mean one thing. The killer wanted to emulate the myth of Apollo and Daphne. According to one of the most renowned legends of ancient Greece, Apollo, after one of his countless heroics, antagonized Eros, the god of love. Filled with jealousy from the peak of Mount Parnassus, he fired 2 arrows. A lead one meant to repulse love, and a gold one meant to make the victim hopelessly fall in love. The first arrow hit Daphne, a beautiful nymph. The other one struck Apollo and made him fall in love with her. Under the spell of the arrow, the god continued to follow the nymph while she continued to reject him. Daphne called upon her father, the river god, and pleaded for him to free her from Apollo. He took pity on her and used metamorphosis to turn her daughter into a tree, putting an end to the eager desire of Apollo. This poor girl is here to demonstrate that not even a divine entity is immune from torment and obsession or jealousy. According to one of the most renowned, we read that already. Someone killing his victims in a scenic and dramatic way, recalling ancient myths. There is no doubt, Mordred, this is like 6 years ago. Pandora. The Pandora case. Pandora is the code name for the most dangerous and prolific serial killer in Nova Polemos. His first murder dates back to 2056, and he's been accredited with at least 8 victims, 6 of which were women. After 4 years of investigations, an agency called Foley Investigations found the identity of the killer, which actually is a couple made of 2 actors, Jennifer Kingston and Robert Harrington. During the trial, some compelling evidence was presented and they were sentenced to the electric chair. Following their execution, the agency underwent an investigation for falsifying of evidence, an event that completely destroyed Foley's reputation. The case is still considered open. Now I understand why that woman said I would have accepted this case. Anyway, there's something wrong with this. Pandora has always killed his victims in closed, isolated spaces, and always with untold violence. This scene, though, seems like an attempt to create something different. What do you mean? It's too soon to draw any conclusions. We should talk to the police first. We don't know anything about the suspect or the witness. Besides, I refuse to believe they haven't reached the same conclusion. Now that Freya's not here, I could have a little talk with her colleague. Hello again, officer. Mr. Foley? I need to ask you something about the case, if you don't mind. Alright, but let's make this quick. Loyalty to the Black Bands is not worth my job. What can you tell me about Freya? The lieutenant is the kind of police officer that can't last long in a place like this. Zealous, talented, genuine, and as you know, Mr. Foley, honest people usually end up with a bullet in their head. None of us would be surprised if we ever found her dead on the corner of the street. Could you describe the dynamics of the murder? We suspect that Mr. Baker lured the victim here with an excuse and then attacked her with a knife. The victim was somehow able to react and she managed to wound the attacker's hand, probably with the same weapon that eventually killed her. Baker got hurt with his own knife? The weapon used by the killer at Treasury Park to murder Alicia Hart. The police suspect that Baker was hurt by the same knife that during the struggle. Promises of vainglory vanished like blood on the wicked steel. When she was already dead, he removed her eyeballs, placed them in her mouth, and sewed it up. Then he undressed the victim, tied her to the tree, and arranged flowers in her hair in that way. Flowers and hair in that way. That probably took hours, but as you know, the park is pretty much deserted at night, and the killer seemed to know it too. Once he was done, the killer headed towards the nearest hospital, unaware that someone spied on him. Didn't the eyewitness react at all? The girl claims to have arrived whilst the suspect was tying the victim to the tree. Is that all? You arrested a man based on this? Your argument is shaky at best. Have you even considered the blood on the bench? I never said I would tell you everything, detectives. I do care about my job. Guess I'll have to figure this out myself. What can you tell me about the suspect? Baker is one of the greatest revolutionaries of our era. I truly believe he's the one who can save the city from degradation. Great, a fan of the black bands in the police, and he's even part of the team that arrested him. Interesting. The city will never stop amazing me. I was asking for his motive and relationship with the victim. I'm not interested in his career as a champion of justice. Well, we suspect that Mr. Baker killed Alicia Hart because she's been blackmailing him for quite a while. Because she was his secret lover. With elections approaching, he maybe thought that a public statement from her could have destroyed this political and private life. And what about the eyewitness? She's the suspect's sister-in-law. Oh. Yeah, right. That's right. We know that. And what was she doing at Treasury Park in the middle of the night? She was following him, most likely. We're not sure yet. Officer. What the hell? Freya? Why the hell did you leave your position? Lieutenant, I don't have time for your nonsense. Go back there, now. Yes, ma'am. What are you waiting for? Hurry up. Oh, you're still here. Good evening, Lieutenant Goldsoul. Look who's here. Foley let you out of the doghouse at last. Actually, it's me who's been keeping him on a lead. But don't tell him, it could hurt his feelings. Hope I didn't ruin a nice chit-chat with my subordinate. Not at all. You're the one I wanted to talk to. Me? That's funny. What could I possibly talk about with a bastard like you? Freya hates me, but she's honest and righteous. I'm sure she's noticed there's something wrong with the scene. I've got to take advantage of her big ego. It's risky, but I see no alternatives. I have reason to believe that your version of the events is completely wrong. Being a criminal wasn't enough, now you're a conspiracy theorist as well? You may be a fanatic, but you're not dumb. There's no way you haven't noticed some oddities. What are you talking about? Put your hard feelings aside for a second and use your head. This case is totally recalling Pandora's murders, also an eyewitness out of nowhere. Who's got all the reason to hate Baker? Don't you see anything weird going on? Mordred, are you really trying to save that man? Trust me, Hera is for our own good. I hope you know what you're doing. So, you think you know the truth right at the start of the investigation? Maybe. Very well, you tickled my curiosity. Maybe I just want to see you fail, so I can make fun of you and your arrogance. Go on, explain your theory. Don't waste your only chance. One single chance. I'd better double check everything before starting. You can check all evidence, documents, and profiles you've collected before explaining your version of events. Start the dialogue with Freya as soon as you're ready. Oh. Okay. Alright, let's look at things. Okay, when we say this bench was destroyed by something heavy, and when we look at the arrow itself, the arrows are, say, the size and weight suggests it was lodged in after her death. But during the conversation, they also said that the arrow is too heavy and too big to be done by a simple bow, so they needed an instrument. Kind of makes me wonder if the if there was a heavy instrument, heavy machinery that was used here that accidentally broke the bench. Yeah, so definitely wasn't killed here, but yeah, so a vehicle could have damaged it, or some sort of something else, some other heavy machinery. Alright. So this glove was disposed in that bin with the cut in the middle. Okay, leather gloves are a symbol of elegance in Nova Polemos and generally worn by people who want to enhance their image. A politician would wear it, that would make sense. But a politician who's that famous, would he really need to wear the glove to enhance his image? Or is it like a symbolic thing of like, when someone wears a glove, you just think of them as more dignified, and it's like a reflection of their status, so it's like a circular thing. Yeah, like wearing a suit, yeah. Where's the information about the case? Oh, it's here, I think. A wrecked bench and a slashed glove are leading the detective to believe the sequence of events of the murder are quite different from what the police reported. Okay, I'm gonna check the conversation earlier with the policeman because... Oh, it's not here. No, this is the highest we can go. Yeah, this music is fantastic. Okay, I don't see any other information we can use. Alright, first things first. We know the victim's eyeballs were carefully removed after she died. These were found inside her mouth, which was cruelly sewed up. Right? What's your point? Baker can't be responsible for such vile actions because... he didn't have enough time. Baker had all the time in the world. The park was deserted and the witness arrived when the victim was being tied to the tree. At that point, her eyes were cut out. Okay. Really? He didn't have the skills. Okay, right, because he didn't... Yeah, that's surgery, so he won't have the skills. Could you remove someone's eyeballs with the same level of accuracy of the killer? What kind of question is that? Mordred is right. Removing eyeballs with such an accuracy is anything but simple. Only someone with great surgical skills could do it. Mr. Baker is definitely not a surgeon, and I believe he lacks the guts to do such things anyway. Removing eyeballs and sewing mouths, not an everyday activity, is it? Especially if it's about an old politician living in luxury. Besides, according to her version, Baker is supposed to have a wound on his hand. Surgery with a wounded hand? Totally unrealistic if you ask me. Perhaps you have a point, but it's not enough to clear Baker yet. At least this suggests that he had an accomplice. An accomplice that the witness claims not to have seen. I get what you mean, but that's not the problem here. What are you talking about? Your colleague reported that after removing the eyeballs and sewing up the mouth, after a short struggle during which he had his hand wounded, Baker undressed the woman and tied her to the tree. Then he arranged the flowers and her hair. This probably took a few hours. Can you confirm this is your official version? Yes, it is. Don't you think we're still missing something? I'm not sure. The evidence that was omitted is... yeah, the bench. Why was it broken, maybe? Let me just look at the conversation because I'm okay. So after removing the eyeballs and sewing up the mouth, after a short struggle during which he had his hand wounded, Baker undressed the woman and tied her to the tree. Then he arranged the flowers and her hair. Okay. Which took a few hours. The arrow? The weapon used by the killer. Baker was hurt by the same knife during the struggle. After her death. The lead arrow? Precisely, this arrow is fundamental to solve the case. I have reason to believe that Baker got to the crime scene when it had already happened. And why would you assume that? I think the suspect saw the body of his lover. He panicked and tried to remove the arrow. The victim had her throat cut, so what is the point of removing the arrow from the body? Look closely. The cut on her throat is completely covered by the head, and the blood poured directly on the wound inflicted by the arrow. So what? Just think about it. Baker gets here and sees his lover's body. He notes the arrow and bleeding wound he panics. Then he tries to pull the arrow out to save her, maybe yelling at her, hoping that she's still alive. That would be silly. Not if you're completely panicking. Anyway, your version of events doesn't make sense. There were no fingerprints on the arrow. There's no way Baker could have tried to pull it out. You're wrong. Baker left no fingerprints because of this evidence, the glove. Gloves are amazing, aren't they? Discreet, no fingerprints. Where the hell did you find that? Right here, under the nose of our infallible and omnipresent police force. You're just a liar, Foley. I knew I shouldn't have listened to you. Do you think that your men had no reason to hide it? Tell me, how many would like to see Baker behind bars, and how many can you trust? Hiding something so important in plain sight, classic. Especially if previously arranged. Also, the cut on the glove suggests there was a fight. But it happened in a completely different way. The suspect was probably attacked from behind while he was trying to pull out the arrow. He instinctively turned around and tried to protect his face with his hand. So he got wounded. At that point, he tried to run away, but he didn't get far. And what makes you believe it? Is the evidence that showed that the escape attempt immediately ended. The bench? collision with something heavy. While running away, Baker was thrown against the bench, ending up destroying it apparently, if that makes sense. No, ending up destroying it apparently, that makes sense. And I bet the blood on the bench is Baker's, for sure. Oh, who's saying this? And how do you explain what happened next? What the? The attacker allegedly allowed Baker to run away, an eyewitness who's condemning him? Are you implying that an injured old man can run faster than a merciless killer? Who is she? Ah. This is Abigail Sherman, the eyewitness of Alicia's murder. Ah, now we got the eyewitness like directly here. This game is so dramatic. Huh, okay. You cannot escape from a prison with no bars. That is really good. Psychological profile. Abigail is a rebellious girl who deeply hates the established system of Nova Polemos. Shy and introverted, she has bared with grief and sorrow for a very long time. Born in a wealthy, old-fashioned family, Abigail never accepted to be subject to the strict rules. Unlike her sister Anne, because of this, she was disinherited at the age of 17. Now she entirely depends on her sister, and she has to live with her in the same house of Richard Baker, whom she believes to represent all that was rotten in Nova Polemos. She's What is this? What is it, detective not feeling well? Do you see that? Her face is changing into like a masked cult image. Like a crow mask. Oh my god, interesting. What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Crushing your creative hypothesis made you uncomfortable? Quite the contrary, miss. You just opened my eyes. What are you talking about? Excuse me, I have an important meeting. You'll be hearing from me soon, Freya. Hey, where the hell are you going? What an idiot, and I was even listening to him. Why did you run off? Scary mask appeared on Abigail's face. And this means that our dear witness is lying. Oh, he has a gift to see that? Interesting. Mask of Lies. Excerpt from the psychiatric evaluation of Mordred Foley. I'll be straight with you, Professor. Every time someone lies to me, some sort of animal mask appears on their face, while space and reality looks distorted. I never figured out the origin of this living, waking nightmare, and I honestly don't care. Right now, I just want you to stop telling me that no one is ever going to listen to this conversation. How can I tell that you're lying? Take a guess. One of those masks again? You think she might be the killer? Not necessarily. She could be an accomplice, or maybe someone who's trying to frame the suspect. We need more evidence before interrogating her, and we need to hear Baker first. Maybe he will explain how he managed to survive. He should be at the police station. Let's pay him a visit. Okay, but first, I need to talk to you. Come back to the office as soon as you can. I'll be back when I get the chance. In the meantime, I'll put the evidence in order. Useless evidence has been removed from your inventory. Okay. Nice. Alright, we're gonna save here because things are probably gonna get really more intense if we keep going. I'm gonna save here, and I really want to play this in the future. This is amazing. This is amazing. So if you want to play this, it's definitely worth the price because this is fantastic. Okay, we're gonna quit now, and this is before I finish the game. Love the soundtrack, love the art, love everything about this. Fantastic. Okay, so that was Dry Drowning by what's the name? Dazel? Yeah, it's Dry Drowning by Dazel. It's also published by VLG, so you can get it at dazel.h.io as well as vlg.h.io. The game is currently $19.99 US. I think it's worth the price given what we've seen so far. Dry Drowning is an investigative, thriller-oriented visual novel set in the futuristic dystopian universe of Nova Polymos. A shady socio-political situation dragging everything down to the abyss. A serial killer drawing strength from this darkness. A tormented detective and his assistant craving for redemption. By following the story of Mordred Foley, unscrupulous private detective haunted by his dark past, the player will be immersed into a series of macabre serial killings. Dry Drowning challenges the player to find the truth, going through ambiguous characters, riddles, clues, and unexpected events, while telling an extremely compelling and mature story. Game features: choices really matter. Player choices can lead to an always different story with more than 150 story branches and 3 completely different endings. Heavy moral choices dramatically changes the way you live the game, affecting background politics, technology, environment, NPC encounters, and who lives and who dies. High replayability, more than 20 hours gameplay to see everything about. Time travel? What? Explore detectives' flashbacks and investigative cases from the past to help you solve new ones. Oh my god. That'll be awesome. Psychological interrogations. Break the mask and uncover the truth with the living nightmare system. Okay, we haven't done an interrogation yet, so it's probably supposed to happen in the next one. I wonder what kind of mechanics they use there. Original soundtrack. Dynamic OST with more than 50 audio tracks, some of which live recorded for more than 2 hours of music. Full controller support. Experience the game using the input device of your choice. I just used a mouse, but I'm sure the controller would be very useful in this situation. Okay then, so that was Dry Drowning by Dazel. Game number 745.